What is going on, guys? Riley from High Strung Lacrosse here, and today we will be doing a review of the Warrior Performance Meshes. Before I even get into anything, please comment below if you have any questions and make sure that I'm able to respond to your account. Some of you comment or ask questions, and I'm not even able to respond, which is very unfortunate because I want to be able to help you guys, but just sometimes I physically am not able to respond. So hopefully, anyone who comments, their account is able to be responded to. So let's get into it. So Warrior, I was lucky enough to have Warrior send me 3 heads along with their 3 new performance meshes. One of them is waxed, but is still, I guess, called a performance mesh. I'm not sure about the situation there, but that's exactly what I know so far. So just go with it. But so I was sent a Revo 3, a Warrior Burn X, and an Evo 4X. I'm very lucky to have this happening. I'm very happy to tell you guys about my personal opinions on the mesh. Keep in mind they are my personal opinion, and other people might hold different beliefs, but this is just what I will be telling you guys. So before I even show you any of the pockets or the meshes, I'm just going to show you guys the header cards that came with each mesh and read from the back of them. So up first we have the Burn Featherweight Mesh. It has an orange labeling. It says on the back, super lightweight construction, high density polyethylene construction, limited stretch for added consistency. There is a spot where I believe the price will go. I have no idea about pricing or release date, but apparently, okay, so I do have a slight idea about release date. According to a few social media accounts, it's in the next 2 weeks. I believe August 15th was the latest number that I saw, but don't use me as the reference. Just go find out somewhere else. Up next, we have the Warrior Evo Wax Mesh. It has a blue label, and on the back it says premium wax coating for water resistance and memory, added grip and control. And then the last one, Warrior Regulator Ballistic Mesh. So on the back it says military grade ballistic fiber construction, lightweight coating for added durability and memory, and lighter than traditional hard mesh. So just to get into it, we will start with the Burn X. So here is the Warrior Burn X with the featherweight mesh. So I ended up just doing a pretty regular pocket on it. Didn't want to overdo anything, just wanted to see how it channels. I wasn't going for legal depth or anything, I just wanted to see how it would rest. I have not used any of these sticks, I have not had time to. I barely had time to make this review, I guess. But yeah, I just am telling you guys about my impressions on the mesh as of now. So I ended up using Gymalax materials, but the mesh itself is the new featherweight mesh. Same with the other heads, just doesn't really make a difference. So the featherweight mesh is extremely soft, has very, very soft diamonds, and has a slightly slippery texture from what I can tell. I have dealt with 2 other meshes, one of them being the ECD prototype and the other being Shogun. So Ninjalax Shogun mesh. Both of those have slippery constructions, which concerned me a little bit, and they both channel similarly to this. I have talked to a few other people, and apparently there's a reason for this, but it's just something that throws me off a little. But for all I know, it doesn't make a difference when you're actually using it. So it has an extremely small, tight weave, from what I can tell. It channels differently than what I'm used to personally. Might come down to the weave for that reason, but I don't know enough, unfortunately, about those things. I know a few of the other people in the community do. It's something I wish I was able to find out about, but I don't know how to go about that. So I just strung up a pocket. That's as simple as I can say it. I just did my thing and wanted to see how it would come out. Pocket is slightly illegal in depth for field, but technically, I don't have to ever use these, and I just wanted to see how they strung up, so they're more indoor or you just mess around sticks. So here's the Burn X. I've shown you the pocket. It's a soft construction, as I said before. I saw people expressing concern about the durability of the mesh. Apparently it's not going to be an issue, and also I don't feel that Warrior would release this if that was an issue. But as of right now, I don't see there being any issue, so hopefully it doesn't prove to be one. But yeah, I like the mesh. It just strings differently than what I'm used to. But for all I know, other stringers might love it a ton and like how it works a lot. So just getting into the next head, we have the Warrior Evo 4X with the Evo Wax mesh. So, like I said, it's listed as a performance mesh on the, not actually on here, but listed on the actual packaging that you can, like the actual part that holds the mesh, the baggie. I don't know what the terminology is when it comes to that. But anyway, here is the Warrior Evo 4X. So I strung it with the wax mesh, as I stated before. This is more of an indoor stereotypical pocket. The shooters are lying funny because I transported this home stacked with the others, so just ignore that part. Apologies on that. But so I went for a lower pocket with a slightly looser channel, a deep mid, I guess. I know I'm pushing it up a little, so it's going to shift. It's going to shift around. But I like the pocket that I got on this. I've heard people saying, the other stringers that have gotten the mesh, that they really like this mesh. It's not super tacky. I don't know how its elasticity is. I don't know if the actual under part of the mesh, like the mesh itself, should I say, is waterproof. Hopefully it is. But I haven't used it extensively, so I can't tell you. But I like how it's strung up. It's probably the most normal of the three for me personally. Granted, I was working with an Evo 4X, which channels a little differently itself. Also, I tried to do a pocket that I knew beforehand on it, that I know the result of. It didn't show out. It didn't come out the same. So maybe the diamond construction is different with this as well. But like I said, I only know so much about all that, so I'm sorry that I can't give you more information. I believe I said earlier I don't know the prices on any of these meshes, so like I said, you need to find out elsewhere on that as well. So I ended up doing 4 straights, which is stereotypical box, unfortunately. I know box players themselves get upset over that, but it's just I wanted these shooters to be lower, to have more control, and it's just something that I would want to be able to like mess around with. So I figured since most of my pockets usually can't even function with 4 straights in it, why not put something that would be able to function with 4 straights? So that is the Evo Wax Mesh. It's soft, I would say. Yeah, very soft. Not tacky, but feels like the coating will stay. Hopefully it will. But yeah, that is the Evo Wax Mesh. Be sure to ask any questions below about it. And last but certainly not least, we have the Regulator Ballistic Mesh. So the Ballistic Mesh is probably going to be, I don't know, I don't want to make any assumptions or guesses, but this is the Ballistic Mesh. So I already read to you guys, it is the hardest of the 3 meshes. It has a rough texture. It channels differently than any mesh I've dealt with. Well, the prototype as well as Shogun as well as the other 2 meshes, I suppose. But it just channels differently than I'm used to, so the pocket that I got in it is different. Also, the fact that I'm dealing with a Revo 3X causes the upper to become very, very tight very easily. So dealing with a more pinched head, this mesh might be amazing. But with this specific one, it tightens the tension in the top happens very quickly in a manner that I'm not used to, which throws me off personally, but might be amazing for other heads or other stringers. So I ended up doing more of a mid. I mean, most people, you can't get a high pocket all the way up here. High pocket would be here, which means mid pocket is more where that pocket is. It can shift lower, it can shift a little higher, but I don't know. I'm classifying pockets is something I'm not good at, unfortunately, which is probably bad on my part, but there is the channel, there is a side view. But yeah, like I was saying, I feel like it channels differently, but for all I know, it might just be me looking at it weird. But it does have a rougher texture. I could see it replacing Warrior's hard mesh and becoming like, for example, I know, or at least I believe, Miles Jones likes to use super hard mesh. I think this might be a good option for people like that who want a harder mesh. So it's definitely a good offering to put it out on the market. I could see it. I would love for this to replace like the standard meshes that people get stuck with. It's a cool mesh, to be quite honest, and I would love to look into it more and try different pockets and different heads with it. But I'm happy with the offering, and I'm happy with the other offerings as well, and I really am looking forward to hearing what other people think of the meshes. But be sure to comment below if you have any questions about the meshes. Like I said, if I'm able to respond to your comment, I will do my best to do as such. Be sure to go to my website, highstringlacrosse.bigcartel.com, and see the products that I have for sale. I would love to sell those very quickly. Also, please try to avoid asking me for prices on Instagram and such. The prices are all there on the website, and I would love to not have to, because I'm always answering questions for people, and if I'm able to avoid having to spend, for example, half an hour one day telling people prices on stuff, or just telling them to go to the website, then that's another half an hour I could spend doing something else. And that's why I made the website. So just please go check out the website for pricing and stuff. If it's something that's not on the website, then feel free to ask, or go to my sideline swap, or I guess anything else. But yeah, thank you guys. I don't want to get into a rambling or anything. This is about the Warrior Performance Meshes, so be sure to let me know if you have any questions about them. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to go follow me on Instagram. Check out all of the stuff that I do. I would love to continue to post that. The school year is coming up, so things are going to be a lot more busy, so I'm a little worried about it, but I'm going to do my best to keep putting out content for you guys. So yeah, until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.